welcome to some Inuki TV. I've got an epic show tonight because I'm joined by the favorite caster that I've always wanted to cast with, Complexity. Complexity, how are you doing, man? Let's start this replay before you introduce yourself. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, Inuki. It's really a pleasure to be here. Thanks for flying me all the way out to England to cast this with you. It was a wonderful plane ride. I appreciate the thought that you put into to get me out here to cast this with you.
I've made a terrible mistake. What second are you on?
I'm on 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
There we go. Okay, right. Sorry, I messed that up because I'm not used to dual casting. So, welcome to England. How are you doing, man? Is it all good?
Oh, I'm freezing.
You're freezing. Yeah, I did say get a hot water bottle before the show, but never mind. I don't have any breakfast. You've just finished your Cheerios. I do have Pringles, however. I'm going to have a majestic time opening them on stream when I do get a bit peckish. However, we do have a game to cast, so we've got Helping Hands versus some random guy. Do you know this ccArt SO3?
Oh, ccArt's one of my favorite Panther Elite players. He famously did the 3 scout car opening that gave American players a lot of grief. It got ccArt all the way to level 20. So I'm really interested to see what he's doing nowadays. I thought he kind of fell off the map again, you know, and people figured out how to counter it. Like it was like, usually it was always interesting to me though, because he forces all these scout cars out and the American player immediately researches sticky bombs, and then by that point, ccArt's got like a shitload of grenadiers, and he's basically winning the infantry war. So yeah.
Early sticky grenades. That's not something I would usually do against Panzer Elite.
Oh, it's a death wish, and he like does this Luftwaffe play too. So he just like spams Fallschirmjägers, and like the American player has no counter to it because he typically goes like BARs or stickies.
Our first engagement between the engineers and the G43 rifles. He's actually going to chase them down as well. He's running into a rifleman squad and another engineer squad as well, backing them up, but he's going to retreat away. I think that's a good decision to take that heavy cover by that victory point.
Yeah, 3 engineer play mostly involves a lot of stalling, so he's going to be like around the map, and you'll notice that in the north too, like his engineers won't move forward to capture that fuel just because it's just so risky.
An early retreat, and I see the Kettenkrad was, I think he was going to start pushing with that Kettenkrad, and then decided, nope, I don't want to be here.
Losing ground out there.
Absolutely not. Yeah, that's a lot of engineers. One engineer squad could essentially take on a Tigran squad if the times are right, and 2 of them in a rifleman squad, just forget it.
Hey, we got some Kettenkrad cutting off the munitions on the right-hand side, and of course, going to be delaying some extra fuel income to the Allies. Whilst Hans is going to move out into the middle. Hans... This is another reason why this game is so exciting to me, because I really like Hans. He streams a lot. I watch him, I talk to him. And he likes to play a lot of Panzer Elite as well, so it's nice to see him playing as the Americans against the Panzer Elite this time around. And hopefully we'll see him be in physical pain because, you know, my detest of Panzer Elite and their armored cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when I play Panzer Elite, it's like, no, I'm not buying 222s. I'm not getting armored cars. Oh, I hate them so much. They wipe me out.
Security.
It does. I have to like get in the bath like 13 times just to cleanse myself of that. Oh, yeah, no.
Speaking of the armored cars, ccArt is actually doing a classic.
Operation posts
3 grand 2 cat into the armored car, so this is actually pretty normal, typical play.
It is. It's a reasonable assumption when you are playing as Americans to expect armored cars, if not early on, later on. So having some sort of counter to them, but when to get that counter.
They're essentially units that like have come into the meta that they're like required now. If you don't get armored cars as a Panzer Elite player, you're probably doing something wrong. And if you micro it really well, I think a lot of Panzer Elite players are measured by.
I see Hans has got some tank traps up north, by the way. That's awesome. You hardly see tank traps appear, but I'm loving it. I really do appreciate that.
What he did here was really interesting was he just like kept the Kettenkrad out of the high ground so he could, you know, get the Grenadiers just to engage the Grenadiers without getting Ketten pushed around. So
Yeah, I
that was a
imagine.
really smart play.
I imagine that's something he's felt. Sort of as a psychological thing. Like, if I was the Panzer Elite player, what would I do, and what would annoy me? And he said, well, this would annoy me, and he's done exactly that. So I think that's great mind games. I love the mind games in Company of Heroes. There's so many mind games at play.
Absolutely. Do what's least expected and get some results.
Oh, we got a G43 rifle in a squad.
Half track. Forces them to just get minesweepers, and then if you like don't build anything out of it, then like they've wasted the minesweepers at that point.
So it looks like Hans doesn't want to fight this guy in the house. He's going to commandeer a house of himself, though. Got some window fighting.
That's really good positioning, actually, by the Panzer Elite player, because you'll notice that all around that house, at its maximum range, like that little river, it's all negative cover or no cover. So, like, the best place Hans can engage him from is that tree by the strategic point leading up to the plus 16 munitions. And he doesn't have that area controlled, so...
Hans is raring up to go to this house with a flamethrower. But I imagine he's thinking to himself, perhaps he's going to get focused down.
We are losing a munitions sector.
What did the AC get? A sticky grenade? Was that a sticky grenade that hit the AC?
No, it drove out and hit a mine. You'll see the trigger actually below at the crossroad. That is like a Panzer Elite player's worst nightmare. Like, you build an AC and it immediately hits the
It's still
mine.
good. He's got a road. That negates some of the damaged engine.
Oh, God.
He is being chased down, but I imagine... I mean, 1-2-2 bursts could just freaking annihilate a squad. I wouldn't want to risk chasing, but he is coming up from behind as well. Excellent maneuver from here. Hans... Sticky grenade to finish the job as well. Second armored car coming in. Oh, it doesn't finish it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's not the explosive which got me. It's that tiny lead bullet. Oh, my only weakness.
Yeah, it lucked out because like there's a small chance for it to create like either a main engine destroyed or a destroyed engine crit at that amount of health. So it was actually really lucky that it didn't get killed by that sticky bomb. I've seen ACs go down at like 3/4 health from a single sticky bomb, and that is absolutely the worst. But yes, we're seeing actually Hans is actually doing a strat made famous by Tommy, or sorry, Aimstrong, but and now Tommy. Against Panther Elite, you do 3 engineers into BARs.
Does it involve cancelling the supply yard?
Yeah. Did you see the middle? Entire Pigrin squad wiped out by a mine.
Oh,
jeez.
No, we'll pick that up on the multicam, so.
Yeah, that is absolutely horrible. Another worst nightmare for a Panzer Elite player is to just lose an entire squad to a mine, and it happens more often than you think.
The Kaliningrad is inspecting the damage. Is just looking at the soldiers. Nope. I don't think anyone survived that one.
I guess not. And that guy just...
Health and safety checked in. You are dead. Alright, Hans is now moving out in full force just down the road. It looks like he's sending one of his engineers on a chore. No, he just wanted it in more of a blob formation. That's fine. This is where that munitions half-track mine would be excellent. No one expects that.
Absolutely. And yeah, see a teller mine on the road here. It's very important that you get that teller mine really early and really close to the American players. So
yeah, now most American players will not get a minesweeper against a Panzer Elite. Not straight away. Not until they see at least like the butterfly bombs. That's like the only time. He's retreating one of his engineers. I guess he wants to build something.
He forgot to build his supply yard.
Yes, I did see that. We've got a mechanized vehicle rush on the north side. We're going to be destroying this observation post put down by Helping Hands.
This is as a Panzer Elite player, you always have to keep tabs on this plus 60 fuel. Like if there's an OP on that and like you start getting like surprise M10s, yeah, you're really screwed. Like, so it's really good that he remembered to check that.
Mines down on the bridge to the south side of the map where Hans is currently capturing a load of points. Now, Hans is kind of ignoring this 222 barrage on the east side of the map. I think that's fine, He's going to capitalize on getting all this extra territory, all these munitions as well. He can maybe lose out on that observation post if he can just get the other territories and sell down a load of mines as well. Ooh, there are those telemines.
He played to the American strength, which is like capture a lot of map really quickly, so it's not really an issue for him to lose the point. It's kind of bad that he lost the OP. He'll be behind on manpower, but currently he's leading just because he eliminated that early armored car and the P-grens in the middle, so...
I think if he were to engage,
he's still in a really good position.
Yeah, if he were to engage those 222s with what he had, he would have just been even further behind. Not only would he have lost that fuel point, but also he'd be even further behind in manpower because the 222s would just ravage his riflemen just running up to them in open cover. There's hardly any heavy cover on that fuel point.
Yeah, this is a very advantageous area to be like, you know, doing some damage to armor cars. And obviously, ccArt realizes what a disadvantaged position this is in the north, and he's rushing and he's up there. But oh god!
Never mind.
Hey.
Surprende.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the 222s are back. They want to keep this fuel point. It's very important to them. They've felt at home. Never ever before have they felt more at home than this fuel point. The riflemen charging and exactly what I said. Oh, they do get the sticky grenade off though. That's excellent. Getting cat repairing that. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Engineering lost.
We are charging yet again with some more riflemen. Cutting off their retreat though. I think the 222s absolutely have to exit through this road.
We have territory cut off.
Or go through the base of Hans. It's a difficult decision.
More credit to Hans for these tank traps in the northwest, right below that +10 munitions. Like, it cut off this, like, AC's major escape route, and he has to, oh god, this is so risky.
Yeah, we got a flex speed. Move it, move it, move it, use that road. Fortunately enough, for Art, there is no riflemen in this area. Some engineers, though, they shouldn't do too much damage. Oh, they do damage the engine! God. Art is just having, like, a horrible look. He's got some telemines here. He could retreat over the top of them and then blow them up with a 222 if the engineers are chasing, but the engineers know better than that. They are not chasing a 222.
Yeah, the AC could easily, there's a chance the AC could just nuke that entire NG squad down, so they don't want to just run at him. Besides, this thing's on like no legs as it is, so...
Yeah, give it a break.
Hans is willing to take the other AC kill that he killed with a
I would have loved if Hans had like the fortuitousness to put more tank traps down there blocking the escape of that 222.
Yeah, like the classic ghost tank trap thing. Yeah. Like you just lay a bunch of tank traps around the AC and then just block its path. Like, oh god, ballsy moves.
That's something I really want to try now. If I play Panther Elite on this map again.
Yeah. Oh shit! Hans killed a P-Gran on retreat there. Holy shit! On the bridge. That was something else.
Yeah, he got some more mines down there.
Hit the mine. Got really damaged and then started capping, and then on retreat the riflemen just cleaned him up.
We got Hans putting some mines right next to the telemines as well. I wonder if he tried to put the mines down where the telemines were and it wasn't accepting the command. I wonder if that's a way to tell if there's a mine there. Oh,
it is actually.
There we go.
Yeah, Inverse does it all the time actually, and he uses M8
that
mines.
Cheating SOB.
Yeah, because it's a lot easier to like put those anywhere. So like, yeah, it's. Whew. I have a feeling Hans knows there's a telemine there. We'll see if it's
222. I got that one in Candy Cam. I'll send that into U-beam framed. But geesh, so many mine hits. These ccArts are doing a horrific job, by the way.
Yeah. Like this is like a Panther Elite player's worst nightmares, losing all your ACs to like small arms fire and mines instead of like an M8 or something a little more glamorous than a sticky bomb in a mine.
He is checking around here with a ccArt on the south side. It's about time. He's going to see that mine right next to the telemine.
No, or he won't.
No, or he won't. Yeah, that's fine. There's a rifleman here, all over the place. Is he trying to destroy that AC wreckage with the rifleman? Let's place some more mines down. Any XP he can get.
Damage.
He's doing the same on the north side as well. I guess he's just bored and doesn't have enough targets to shoot. ccArt down on the north strategic point. Art is losing so much. Hans is wrecking him.
And there's the M10. It's going to counter whatever comes out of anything that CCR builds. I'm guessing this is an anti-tank half track out of the Panther.
I got my Pringles open, sorry. First time as well.
Yeah, I think CCR will still be in this if he gets to kill this M10 with the Teller mine. But otherwise, it's looking really bad for him, losing 3, 4 ACs like that. And all these Kettenkrats and Pgrens, like, it's just really behind. Oh, God.
He's not lost something else, has he?
No, that M10 nearly ran over that Teller. If it was over just a little, it definitely would have hit it. Hans definitely does not know that Teller mine is there on the road.
Well, he's got the observation post back up on his fuel point, so he really wants to churn out a load of tanks.
Yeah,
he's
been floating manpower for a while, so I doubt he'll be able to get a ton of M10s really quickly.
He's just banking perhaps for some gliders. Just a bit of manpower, not all of it. It's nice to have a nice soft cushion of manpower to dip into when you need. Telemine on the crossroad. M10. I really want to go for it. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happened. Oh, the happening has happened. So we got a new, freshly born M10 tank destroyer coming out of the tank factory as 2 Panthers come out. Oh, fast Panthers. This is exactly what he needs now. That M10 is going to be diminished on the battlefield by the 2 colossal, freaking giant cannons on tracks. There's no chance that M10 can really destroy that, and I'm not sure what the infantry can do. They've got no bars, they've got sticky grenades, that should help them out. But overall, the 2 Panthers, the 3 Kettenkrats on the field.
Yeah. There's not much to salvage here.
They look like massive
Hans
lemmings.
finally got minesweepers, so I don't. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. He's got the minesweepers now. He's going to be looking for those Teller mines. Let's see if he goes over and actually knew about this one on the right. But yeah, he's commencing Teller mine counterplay, getting a single minesweeper. But it might already be too late because these Panthers are like really scary. Like that's the fastest tech Panthers I've seen in a while. Oh shit!
But the Kettenkrad survives that mine.
Yeah.
Why is the Kettenkrad so bad at seeing the mines?
Yeah. And it looks like Hans did see the mines over there on the right, so he's gonna clean that up.
Oh, great. But that's good news for Hans, then. He doesn't want to lose more tanks when he really, really needs them. He doesn't want to move in with his M10 now. I would say that's a bad move. It's difficult enough for one M10 to destroy a Panther, let alone 2. I prefer the hit-and-run stuff with the M10 Wolverines or Hellcats. I just drive in, past their engine, just get out. There's no chance you can win a sustained fight against Panthers. Especially when you've got all these buildings around here, which makes it much more difficult just to drive around the back of them. Art sees that M10, he's going to chase. Oh, he gets a rear engine. Back to base! All around the buildings, yes, good use of buildings for the M10. Now, Art is going to be afraid of the sticky bombs. He can do some heavy crushing.
Panther's worth nightmare, yeah.
I mean, the rifles are stuck between a building and a wall. I'd say that's perfect crushometer there. I'm gonna pick him off with a distance.
The enemy stands at 300 points.
Like, these Panthers are just gonna snipe infantry all day until they get in some defensive vet. After that first defensive vet, they become extremely difficult to kill. So, like, they'll just snipe riflemen, engage at range, and after they gain defensive vet, they can be a little more aggressive if they want. Hell, even offensive.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Improve their ability to kill more riflemen, I guess.
The Kettenkrad is going to be capturing whilst the rifleman squad fires at them. I would have thought Art learnt his lesson previously that capturing whilst under fire is very bad news. His M10s are moving in, Panzer's M10s this is, with the rifles up front. That's great formation. However, I still feel like there's a lot to be desired in this engagement if he wants to take out the 2 Panthers. He is backing away, that's great. Taking some shots into the back though. I don't think any chiropractor is going to be able to work on his back anymore.
Yeah, I'm hoping Hans actually does a field repairs push. It'll be really cool to see that. Like, maybe get like 3 or 4 M10s out.
He's producing AT guns. for the motor pool, so his back tet to a motor pool is going to dish out some of them. I think AT guns are a solid choice against Panthers. They do high damage and are a lot harder to kill in a sense, unless you get something like a mortar half-track out. Mortar half-track would be great for taking out AT guns.
Oh my god. This character, like...
Yeah, it's so daring.
Works blood pressure, just... on an M10.
Why does everyone want to hurt me? I just want to be motorcycling around town.
We have territory out of supply.
Rifles in the church, not the greatest decision. Can't throw sticky grenades outside the window, but that would be probably a balance issue if you could. Yeah, he gets out. Oh, he sees a Kettenkrad opportunity. He goes for it. Darting across the 222 fire.
If Hans can pick out these Kettenkrads, like, that'd be a big help to the game. Just because they're, like, pretty expensive manpower.
160, right?
Players behind these.
160 manpower?
Yeah, 165, but, you know, it's manpower that could have been spent on other things, like more Panthers.
Yeah, it's really annoying if you can't get map control back as Panzer, so the Kettenkrads are a big help for that. It seems like he's just going to keep going with this Kettenkrad armor combination. He doesn't want any infantry to go out and capture him, which I think is slightly disappointing. I like my infantry on the Panther. I like to see them fighting riflemen.
Enemy unit down.
Oh man, that Kettenkrad driver, like, he went out of control, and then, like, the driver just ejected out of it. It was actually pretty funny.
M10's repairing. Sweet engineer usage there. Again, riflemen just chasing these Kettenkrads, and the two Panthers aren't enough to just keep tabs on all the riflemen, just all over the place. The two AT guns are moving up into the middle of the map. This is exactly what Hans needs now. He's got a solid unit compilation for taking out these two Panthers. So we'll see what he does. He is engaging from long range. He's got a sticky grenade on, and now the M10 moves in for a side shot. Takes two shots right into the front armor. Yeah, backing away, playing it safe. Those AT guns will do the damage. Kettenkrad's desperately trying to repair though. Oh, look at the sneaky 222 behind the church, by the way. Just trying to take out the AT gun.
Flanking an AC actually takes out an AT gun there. The sticky bomb and the Panther. Panther's gonna go down. And I'm surprised this Kettenkrad lived while repairing the Panther. It was sticky bomb.
He's still trying to repair it.
Yeah, I think
with the micro.
Who knows?
Micro challenge. One M10 down. Good news for Art. It's not all losses on his side. He needs to get this Panther out of here. Maybe he can get away with some heavy crushing. If he would drive Art out of there. I guess he's pinned down by the 18 gun. More Panthers though. Gotta have more Panthers. That's the answer. That's the solution to everything. When it's Panzer Elite, it's just more Panthers. Here we go. Oh, yes. That's all we have to say to that. But at least the whole squad there gets away. I think the whole squad got away, right? A lot of riflemen dead. I saw two engineers retreat.
This is to go down. It's got two defensive vet right now.
Is it going to be enough? It's not.
Thank God.
Remanning that AT gun.
Notice, just really quick here, is that, like, if there's a sticky bomb on, like, a damage engine crit on a Panther, it will take more damage from these AT guns. Like, normally they just kind of bounce off, but, like, it's very important that that sticky bomb hits off.
Art approaching an AT gun with his rear. I don't know what to really say about that. Those advanced tactics.
It's so risky, because like a single sticky bomb getting off on that is just like usually spells death for a Panther. It's really scary.
Well, the sticky bomb AT gun combination, that's just the way it's meant to be done. That's the way the developers designed it, I feel. It just works so well. We can get Pershings now though. I feel Hans will be saving up for one of those. That'll be excellent. He still needs to probably reman his AT guns though, but one of them got destroyed in that engagement. It definitely seemed like a favourable engagement for Art there. He lost two Panthers.
Yeah,
also killed a lot.
Hans actually ran out of munitions to throw sticky bombs at one point. I think he used field repairs, but popped it at kind of a bad time, and so he lost all his M10s anyway, and didn't get enough damage off on these Panthers. I think the Panthers nuked down the M10s before, like, field repairs could have been relevant. So I think overall, yeah, ccArt won that engagement. He killed a junk ton.
No, you can swear. You can swear. I put strong language on my videos. Oh, balls!
Diddles. And, like, yeah, he killed 2 AT guns, and those are very expensive. It takes a very long time to build more AT guns. And now I kind of disagree, like, with this Pershing con, just because Pershings aren't really that great against Panthers, especially 2 of them, and especially if they have defensive bet.
It's still nice to have, though. It's gonna survive more.
Absolutely.
Even if it isn't the best decision, it's definitely going to be useful somewhat.
Yeah,
I remember.
Hans needs to research the upgun, Sherman upgun, because that also affects the Sherman, especially against Panthers. So
The Sherman upgun affects the Sherman.
we're going to see the Pershing shots bounce off the front wall of these Panthers for a while. Oh, never mind, there's a penetrating shot. That's good.
Yeah.
And if you watch my cast, Inuki, you know I love to talk about penetration.
I have lots of wonderful pictures of you. I was saying yesterday on my one of my casts as well that you can. No. Who was it? I was saying something like I would love to be on stage dressed as a space marine casting a game, and some guy was like saying what like complexity. I was like, well, that's more of a space marine dress then, isn't it? It's like, I just can't get this image of space marines in dresses now. But I think THQ would definitely hire us if we did that. So.
Absolutely. I've got nothing but respect for the Proof Patrol Space Marine chapter. They're pretty awesome. They've got a lot of balls.
Oh, I know nothing about Dawn of War. I liked the game. I liked Company of Heroes. I moved on to that as well. Especially the old Harlequin cast he was doing that. That's what really got me into it.
Really love the Harlequin cast.
Let's just take a minute to remember. Those are the days. Double Kettengrad repair on this Panther. That's useful. That's very useful. Panthers are just sitting there at the moment, just reminiscing about how they were doing so well early on in the game, and then not.
Like they've been reduced to repair duty, essentially.
The Kettengrad's memorabilia.
I will say, ccArt's been doing a great job, like keeping his Kettenkrads up. Like he's never without a Kettenkrad at any point in this game. Like,
great job at producing them. Not so great job at keeping them alive.
Yeah. Similarly with his Panzer Grenadiers, you'll notice right now that ccArt has 0 Panzer Grenadiers on the field. I suppose probably because he doesn't really need them anymore.
He doesn't want them. He hates them. He's just like, well, these guys just die. Not like my Kettenkrads.
And that's actually going to be really unfortunate for him, because one of the big counters to, or at least for me, what I typically do against like armor doctrine is like, is you get a big wad of infantry, because the only crowd control that the American player will have against the infantry is a Calliope. And obviously Hans went down left-hand side armor doctrine and got a fast Pershing out. It'll be a while before any Calliope.
Yeah, I think that was a safe choice, really, honestly. I don't like to see Calliopes used against Panthers. They do light damage. I think that's manpower spent better elsewhere. But that's my personal choice. Also, Hans, he's a fellow Brit. You know that? Do you like the Brits? Do you hate the Brits?
Brit fish and chips, along with...
Now this is going to sound completely not me, but I installed The Sims 3 for my niece, and whilst I was rendering a load of videos, I was playing some Sims 3 just to make sure it worked, just to make sure. That's the only reason. And
yeah, of course.
There's a recipe you get in it, and it's fish and chips. And I saw that recipe, and I was like, I know it's 3 a.m., but I really need fish and chips now. And I went downstairs, and I made some fish and chips.
That's great.
Good times. Oh, what's going off on the south side? We've got a rifleman squad chasing down an armored car. And I think the armored car is safely out of control. Oh, it's gone. It's no more. It's gone to armored car haven.
It's just screwed. It gave up.
No more life for me, thank you. I've had enough. Oh, look at the sandbag and barbed wire combination on that little island. It's too bad I can't ping it for you.
Yeah, I love it actually. I know exactly what you're talking about. This nice little wall of sandbags here with wire. The wire is actually totally pointless just because there are no more Panther Grenadiers to like use the sandbags from going other ways.
And the only thing that can cut it as well is the Panthers with their hulking bodies.
Yeah, the old Conway, your sandbags couldn't stop a man's from going other ways, and barbed wire is a great way to stop mans from going other ways.
Now, I have a suggestion here for Art. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't a one light AT half track be excellent just to track a tank, just to move in, try and immobilize it, and then pull out? It's really irritating to deal with as Americans, so I feel...
It is incredible utility. Like,
yeah.
And letting the tank half tracks would, like, really be amazing right now, but this Pershing's just gonna be, like, running in, tagging him, and running out again all day long.
Yeah.
Enemy unit long before he starts getting some veterancy, too.
Now, if Art had some infantry, he could really focus down those engineers repairing that Pershing. I think that's what he kind of needs now, is to take out the guys repairing, stopping that Pershing from essentially being destroyed. Like you said, it keeps tagging in, tagging out, getting repaired. So unless Art just wants to get more Panthers and throw Panthers after Panthers at the problem...
To all units, light vehicles now advance and capture
That's
territory.
how I solve my problems. Throw more and more Panthers at the problem. Eventually, something.
Why can't I open my Cheerios? I'll call for the Panthers.
Can't have too many Cheerios. Can't have too many Panthers. Like.
Dude, check out the south side of the map. There's just an adventure of a time going on. This is Dora the Explorer. And this is longer than the Dragon Ball Z episodes runs. This is just getting nowhere.
Nowhere in a hurry.
Get out the way! I have somewhere to be! Oh my god, well, there's action going off in the middle, so we'll watch that instead.
Yeah, it's just Panthers shooting these riflemen. Riflemen need to keep moving. Oh my god. This is absolutely horrendous. War as hell, Inuki. War as hell.
It is, especially when you decide to engage stuff that you're not equipped to take out. Now, Hans does have some AT guns. One of them is currently firing. Vet 2 as well. It's killed a vehicle. But versus 3 Panthers, I mean, best wishes, Hans. This ain't gonna happen. But this Pershing's backing it up. He does have a second AT gun right behind that Pershing. And a very narrow corridor for engagement. The Panthers are just taking this problem head on. They are getting the defensive vet. I think that's a solid choice as well against those AT guns.
Yeah, especially since at Vet 2, AT guns actually get penetration bonuses. And I love my penetration. Penetration. And that's like, obviously that's incredibly helpful against Panthers. They get it instantly too, like whenever they kill a Panther. So.
We had some pretty fun on the south side of Cat and Crab repairing a Cat and Crab.
Enemy unit.
Oh, hey, mortars! Nice! Oh, 2 engineer squads wiped out by that fire mortar. That's really useful. Now the Pershing just decides, no, my friends! We shall destroy you, ravage you, Panthers! Why? They were so young and so naive. One of the Panthers might be finished off by the sticky grenade. They're free for the Rifleman squad. A whimsical 2 infantry kills though, but that Panther kill just did it all. Field repairs on the Pershing. Oh.
This is a good pop. This is a good pop. Vet 3 riflemen, like those sticky bombs are gonna do a lot of damage. Like,
yeah.
Oh man. I don't. Okay, here we go. Oh, half health on the Panther. That is so much damage.
Pershing. Oh, here comes a Yarg Panther. Oh, it almost annihilates the Pershing, but until this point, this looked like a fantastic engagement for Hans. This is exactly what he needed. Those engineers died. Hans got so mad and went for it, but then the Yarg Panther comes in and ruins the day for Hans. And now Hans is looking in a difficult position if you just check the tactical map. He's got 3 rifleman squads, that's nice, but he's only got the M10 and an AT gun Oh, he's got 4 rifleman squads actually. One of them's capturing down on the south side, but not much anti-tank counter ability. Now, actually, would he really need too much anti-tank? He can just pump out a load of infantry and keep the capturing going. He's only got 188 points to go on the victory points. I remember this logic from Day 9 and Harlequin. Sometimes the solution to a problem is not the obvious one. He's got tanks on the field, but tanks can't capture. So if you just throw more infantry out there, sticky grenade them, just keep them annoyed, he can't solve his problem with just the tanks alone. He's got to solve the infantry problem of hands, which is going to be much more beneficial.
Yeah, he could just do a lot of like stalling play here and just capture all around the map. And there's not really much ccArt can do. ccArt's counter to like these captured riflemen, and it's always been armored cars, but he's kind of stopped producing armored cars at this point.
Oh, and nice fire barrage on the victory point. Gets away with no losses though.
This mortar half-track should actually do a pretty good job of like stopping capture now that I think about it.
Oh, that is a devastating unit to have to deal with. Again, Panzer Elite is just full of annoying units.
Yeah, absolutely. They're very annoying units. Like the armored car, Panther, mortar combo is absolutely hard to break. And now that there's a Jagd on the field, you can't really depend on like normal anti-tank counters to break it.
Yeah, just going for a sneaky capture on the north side with 2 riflemen.
Oh, so risky.
It really is. Like, he needs those riflemen. I mean, all it would take is a few ccArts to say hello, and those guys are gone.
Yeah, oh man. See, this Panther will take it out. That's so scary. Like, I would not have the balls to do capping that victory point if I were those riflemen.
The enemy is
moved
down
up in the middle of the M10
points.
just to snipe that ccArt.
Our forces are taking
Those riflemen
casualties.
finished capping the victory point and then just got one-shotted by the Panther, and it's going to get a second stripe of vet. It's going to get offensive vet. Oof, that's scary.
Damn. 18 kills for that Panther as well. And the bar has dropped. Nice. It's so good that Art has all of this infantry to make use of the drop. He doesn't have any of them.
I think he's gonna sit there.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm a bar. I'm having a wonderful day on this northern victory point. I wonder what's going to happen to me. I wonder who my new owner will be. Man, I'd love to see inside the mind of a bar. Just to be a bar for a day. I can't stop killing! Panther almost dead.
Our supply line
Panther wants it. He wants it so badly. Actually, he doesn't want it. He wants the mortar half-track. He does get that purging back because of the Allied war machine. The M10 should die. Only halfway through this Allied war machine ability, but he's retreating it. He's not going to get it killed. Now, it looked like, to me, Art wasn't the type of player just to attack ground with his Panthers. I think we would have been safe to assume that that M10 would have been destroyed. I like this sort of player analysis and analyzing what players will do in situations. That's...
Yeah, no, absolutely. He didn't want to kill that M10. He really shouldn't have killed the Pershing, though. That's exactly what Hans wanted, was the Pershing to go down.
Well, that's exactly what you want when you pop Allied war machine. You just go, I just feel safe with this on. I like the circle.
He's like, I don't need these anymore.
This goes here.
Yeah, exactly.
Double
I'm actually impressed that Hans managed to keep that Vet 2 AT gun alive for so long, because that is absolutely his like best unit to counter these tanks, because it has all those penetration bonuses.
He loves that AT gun.
He nearly did get killed by the mortar. I saw it, Art like moving his positioning his mortar to take it out.
This is a world first of sending an AT gun back to base to have it heal up.
Yeah, no, I definitely do the same thing too. I've seen a lot of players do it too. It's really important to keep those alive. Like as an American player, you have to hold on to your vet, otherwise, like.
And question time complexity. Are you ready? Are you on the spot? Are you in the mood? What are the bonuses of the Vet 2 AT gun?
The Vet 2 AT gun gets penetration. All that delicious penetration.
You say that to everything.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you're telling the truth or not.
Yeah, no shame, bro. No shame.
What are the properties of this bouncy castle? Penetration. What? Yeah. No.
What? No. I think I'm trying to remember what it gets at Vet 1. I feel like it's kind of like a not very good upgrade, whatever it is at Vet 1. I could check it immediately though.
The Vet 3 riflemen on the north side of the map, they picked that bar up. They've claimed their prize.
Munitions point
It's going
under
to be
attack.
delicious for a vet-free rifleman squad to have 3 bars. Maybe they can find some more hanging around here somewhere in this engagement. Hans is initiating, charging this young Panther. He's about to get a sticky grenade on it, but he isn't quite close enough. One soldier is avoiding all of the AP shells. I don't know what these Panthers are doing, but they're just missing every single shot now. The Persian corpse is being used as heavy cover. Excellent, and that's when finally that guy dies.
Oh god. Oh, what a horrible way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't like an AP shell from a Panther in my gut. That would definitely cause problems in my casting career.
Oh, okay, so I did say that like the Vet 1 on AT guns was useless, but it's actually an accuracy upgrade.
Losing a victory
Ooh,
point. We are
yeah.
losing a
Yeah, that's
victory
very
point.
good.
Accuracy, penetration, and a Vet 3 damage, obviously.
We have a
Damage
vet-free
is always
Panther.
the Vet 3 benefit.
He's got vet 1 defensive and then 2 offensive. I'm not sure if he really needs the offensive if he's just getting all of these Panthers out in the field.
Well, actually, it's extremely helpful because it'll help him snipe the rifleman that Hans has some. So it's actually that's kind of
that is smart.
That he wants to snipe on his rifleman trying to cap this VP, and indeed, we'll see that happen quite a bit. The first defensive vet is obviously really important because it gives that extra vehicle speed, extra hit points, extra damage ability. So yeah, like absolutely always get the first defensive vet on Panthers, but after that it's pretty situational. You can do whatever you like. DDO is also really good for Panthers, similarly.
I'd still like to see some G43 rifles just for the suppression ability.
Oh my goodness, that would be incredible.
I can't think of a situation where that is just not applicable for Panzer Elite. Just any G43 rifles and that suppression ability, because it's so low on munitions cost. There's just every single situation you can use it. If riflemen charge you, if they want to get a sticky grenade off, if they want to flank you, you just suppress it, and it's like, hey, what can you do? Unless, of course, it's Rangers and Airborne, in which case they can fire up.
Yeah, oh my god, everyone with the G43 squad. Oh my god.
We're not going to see that because we have Armor Company chosen for Hans. Oh, this 222 wants to get in deep against this double rifleman on the northern side. He even takes a shot from the M10. It looks like it mayhap get away. Oh, does thou want to survive? He should back that away even more. He knows that there's an M10 coming.
M10's gonna nuke it.
Bye-bye.
Enemy unit down.
Bye the fuck bye.
Oh no, hold on. The M10 actually didn't get that kill. I think the rifleman did actually.
Oh, those
Which is
kills
really
Steven
weird.
Beatrice.
That must have happened while the shell was like midway
Down to
in the
300
air.
points.
The rifleman definitely gained efficiency from that.
I hate illusions and magic tricks. Jack Panther coming in for the flank. When the hell do you see this? He's getting up close and personal, but the Allied war machine is popped.
Best flank I've ever seen.
Again, we didn't want to see that happen for he doesn't want to take out the Persians when Allied war machine is up. It's like Hans is trying to sacrifice an M10 on the north side as well. Another Kettenkrad. At least 10 Kettenkrads have died in this game. Why does he not like Kettenkrads?
Oh, I would hate Kettenkrads. Like, that's probably the major thing. Like, Hans is trying to do permanent damage to these tanks, and the best way to ensure that is, like, taking out these Kettenkrads. Like, they are more important than the tanks he's trying to kill at this point. This Pershing is doing, like, permanent damage, and it's, like, just coming back with Allied War Machine non-stop, so...
Here it comes.
Enemy is down to 50 points.
Oh, his vet-free rifleman squad. That's right, clear out of there. AT gun a most unusual position, but it seems like Art didn't notice it until just now, when the Panther is out of control, so just the Yarg left, I believe.
Yeah, like, it's
Enemy
one of those
unit
times
down.
when a defensive vet would have saved him there, actually. But
Here is the perfect play for the M10.
Pershing lost to enemy action.
Almost perfect.
Defensive Yogged.
They're taking one of our points.
Oh, we have another Panther back there, actually. It might come round and smash the M10. Instead, it wants to take out the AT gun before it does that. I feel... Oh, we do have another M10 coming out for Hans, so he can get some rear shots with that. I felt Hans had an opportunity just to go right round the side of this Yarg Panther. It doesn't have a rotational turret, and he kind of just didn't want to micro it a little bit. I guess micro 45 minutes in the game doesn't come naturally to some. It's like, oh, this is so exhausting.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's retreating that M10.
Yacht is so fast too. Like, look at this guy.
Yeah. M10's having difficulty penetrating from the front, but that AT gun's still alive. Must have been recrewed. Oh,
close. It's gonna be close.
Oh, this is a really long battle.
Panther might. Oh,
come on.
To this AT gun.
The AT gun is blocked by the church, and there we go. Main gun destroyed. It's... Here comes the Lemmings to try and repair.
Reporting casualties.
AT gun is... one of the AT guns has been destroyed, I think. Oh god, there's just two actions going off.
Got the AT gun. This M10 is so close. Oh!
Yay, promotion!
My heroes this day.
This is a good place for a grave. I've done my job. It's time to retire in heaven. Oh, geez. But at least an M10 for a Yarg, it's good enough, but I think we lost 2 to M10s there. It's still good, still good.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
Put all the victory points now.
More lemmings out of the hole. 5 freaking lemmings. Sheesh. This is I haven't seen this
We're losing
tactic
ground out there.
from Art or anyone ever before, but it's giving me giggles.
Yeah.
Maybe we could bring out some Calliopes. I don't know why we'd want some Calliopes, but let's bring out some Calliopes.
Calliopes are always good. Enemy units, really strong units.
Losing ground out there.
They could probably...
What are they doing with their lives, man? They don't even know where to go.
The enemy is down
Should we
to
cap the
25
point?
points.
Like,
Every time they do, they perish. There's an M10 just comes out of the dark and it's like one shot, one kill.
yeah.
Gotta get that defensive vet for the
Going
Kettenkrats.
after one of our munitions points.
At least Hans has still got his vet-free rifleman squad. I was fearful for them early on in the game, but they've made it out alive, so they'll continue to be many useful during the game.
Yep. You like usually getting a vet-3 rifleman is just, you know, winning at that point. Like, you just win as soon as you get a vet-3 rifleman. It's like that's just it. And keeping it alive is very important. Obviously.
We have a threat to our
Oh,
victory.
these K-Cats think they can cap with.
They're going for it.
Supply line.
That's a funny joke. Like so many flies.
He really wants the victory points, though. He's only got 9 left on the clock.
Ticking down quickly now.
Yes, they are. They should have just all ran for a victory point on the south side or something where the infantry weren't. They could perhaps catch that before they die.
Yeah.
Sticky grenades up on the Panther to the right-hand side. And damaged engine. That's going to be easy chasing for that M10 and Pershing, but the Pershing is relatively damaged. I'm not sure if it wants to pursue. It wants to pursue. Okay. Keep on the pressure. We just need the victory points. Any distraction, it's game over. Helping Hands with the early GG. Ooh, I do not like those early GGs. So, Complexity, your final words first, please. I want to hear them.
Well, it was very interesting. The early
words.
pressure from the 3 engineers start managed to secure Hans a lot of victory points early, and basically it turned this into a victory point game because late game, this Panzer Elite style of play would have rolled over whatever Hans had. So he wisely kept the pressure on the VPs, got that stack marking, but yeah, it's just like Art needed some sort of infantry, like even like G43 slow helped keeping the mortar alive, but Hans managed to keep the pressure on, made a bunch of really good pushes with Allied War Machine late game, and that managed to keep him in this. And it was overall a very enjoyable game though. I don't usually see this many Kettenkrats ever. Like, I built
Release the lemmings.
yeah, that's exactly. I built my first 2, and I try and keep those alive. But like, ccArt is just continually building them non-stop. And, like, he could definitely afford that because he wasn't reinforcing Hans members.
Yes, I guess Hans wasn't really used to that strategy. I've not seen it before, so I guess it's kind of rare. Am I right on that one?
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right.
Hooray for me! Yeah, I can good job, Inuki. Well, on that final note, I hope everyone at there sitting at the chairs had a nice, wonderful time. I've had an excellent time with complexity. I want more complexity. You understand me?
Okay, no problem.
Good. I'll get the bitch muffins next time. So, see you guys at home. I'm Inuki. Yay!
Want more video? Over there at the top of the screen are relevant videos, and some other videos below them. You can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button too. If you got this far, maybe you should press like. No one sticks around for this long. Your loyalty shall go unrewarded.